Hello everyone, this is Tiffany. I am sales representative from Shen Zhen Tdt Electronics Co. Ltd. It's my honor to introduce our factory to you. Let's go. Okay, first I would like to use first keyword to introduce our factory. Focus on PCBA manufacturing for more than 20 years because we start our PCBA service since 2004. This area is our company core area. Our engineer and the procurement staff work here. We have 12 engineers here. MPI engineer, ME engineer, IE engineer, and P engineer. And this side you will see is our manager's office, administration office, finance office, and also this is our first meeting room. In this meeting room, we can see 3 certificates in our factory. The first certificate is IATF 16949, and the second TFA certificate is ISO 13485, and the final is ISO 9001-2015 here. And this is our meeting room. And let's go ahead, then we can see my office and also our engineer laboratory. Tiffany again here. This is our general manager's office. Let's go. On this side, before, this is also SMT workshop before. But now with our company development, we have moved our 4 SMT lines to our 5th floor. And now half of the workshop is our warehouse and half of the workshop is our engineer laboratory. Let's go here. And this room is also our manager's office. And here you will see our second meeting room here. We also show some samples in this room. Okay, front of this room is our engineer laboratory. In here, we have 4 engineers working here. They often do some function test and some fault analysis here. Let's go here. In this room, you can see some equipment. This equipment, our engineer will use this equipment to do some testing. And here is a function test. I think our engineer will do the function test, and our engineer will do the fault analysis. And that room, that equipment, I think our engineer will do some testing here for the constant temperature and the humidity testing here. Okay. Hello, Tiffany again. Now we are at the 3rd floor of our factory. The 3rd floor is main our warehouse and DIP workshop. Before we go to the 3rd floor, we need to change our house to the electric static clothes and shoes, and then we can go. First, you will see this area. This area is our finished products area. That means we will deliver these goods today. Okay, go this way. These 2 equipment is used for packing. Okay, go to here. You will see this blue adhesive paper. It will stick off the dust of the shoes. Before we enter the warehouse, we need to first eliminate the static electricity, like this. About 7 to 9 seconds, the LED will turn green, and then we can go. Because the warehouse is controlled by company, I cannot go into by myself, so I need to ring it. Okay, here is the warehouse. We have 3 warehouse rooms here. The components this is a components warehouse. And on my side, here is a warehouse office. Okay, you can see here, this is our warehouse people office. We have the PMC, MC working here. And after I introduce the warehouse room and the warehouse office, the next I will focus on the MES tracking and the MES smart warehouse. Okay. Next, I will introduce the mass tracking system in our warehouse. And please look at this. This is our mass receiving material area. In our company, we have two systems in our company. One is ERP to manage our customer and the supplier information. One is our mass system to manage our warehouse and production. I will take one sample to introduce what is mass tracking. Like this. In these real components, there are 4 labels. One is a label from our supplier, one is for original manufacturer, one is for the mass system. Our NPI engineer will provide TDT part number for each component. And then our purchase people will give the TDT part number to our supplier, and our supplier will provide the label according to our mass label. In here, there is a QR code. This QR code includes 5 elements. One is component part number. This is original part number. The second is our TDT part number. The third is component day code. The fourth is component quantity. The 5 is component series number. And when we receive these components, our worker will use this machine to scan the QR code, and then there will be a label. Our people will attach this label on it. You will see there is a unique code on this label. We use this unique code to realize whole process tracking. Okay, here. After our work people receiving the components, then our IQC people will check the components. How our IQC people to check the components? They will use the hold equipment to scan the unique code, and then our mass system will give this TDT part number information. Our IQC people will check the components part number, original part number, and the specification. After our IQC people check the components, then our components can be here to be placed on the shelf. How our work to put the components on the shelf? First, they will use the equipment to scan the unique code, and then where the place have no components, then the LED will turn green. Then our worker, like this, he put the components on this area. Then our people use this equipment to scan it, which means we remember these components placed in our shelf. After put the components on the shelf, and then our worker can prepare the components for our order. So you will ask how your people find the correct components for the order. I will introduce you. Our NPI engineer will provide the order number for customer order, and then our PMC will give the order number to our worker. Then our worker will find the components by the order number. After the input order number, the components for this order, the place will turn green. Then our worker can take the components like this. Then our worker will take the components out from the shift also by such equipment. The whole process we show the unique code on the components. So this is a whole mass tracking in our warehouse. And also the tracking is not finished, because the tracking will also go on our SMT workshop and our DIP workshop. But I will introduce the mass tracking for the in our fifth floor to how to track the production in our factory. Okay, and in here I will introduce another warehouse room here. Okay. Now I have finished introduction the mass tracking, and now I will introduce the solder paste caping and the stencil and the components which are sensitive to temperature and humidity. Let's go here. You will see we use this S-type to realize solder paste first in and first out. And also we keep the different brand solder paste in different refrigerator here. And also we will record the temperature every day for the solder paste. When our warehouse people to take out the solder paste, we need to use this machine, because we need to wait 4 hours and then we can use the solder paste. And here we have some records about the stencil. And after solder paste introduction, I will introduce the stencil, and the components are sensitive to temperature and humidity. In this room, we mainly store components which are not sensitive to temperature and humidity. But in our another warehouse room, we will keep the components are very sensitive to temperature and humidity. Let's go. This we keep the PCB board here. And in this room we have kept two kinds of things. The first is a stencil. We will clean the stencil before and after use by this machine. You see here. And also we will check if our work stencil the stencil by this paper, and also it will show our people how to clean the stencil. And before we use our stencil, we will do the test for the stencil. And here is the introduction of stencil. And now I will introduce the components are sensitive to temperature and humidity. You will see there are many constant humidity and temperature calculated here. We use it to store the components are sensitive to temperature and humidity. Before we put them into the calculator, we will use the vacuum packing, and then put them to the calculator. In this room, I have finished introduction about the stencil, and the components are sensitive to temperature and humidity. And next, I will go to the 5th floor to introduce our SMT workshop. And here also is our another components warehouse. Okay, let's go to the 5th floor. Okay. Now we are at the 4th floor of our company. Our 4th floor is made for components distributor. I will not introduce more about because it's just for components sales. It's our components distributor department. Now we will go to our 5th floor. Here is the 5th floor, and then you will find this is our company culture wall. We take some pictures for our activities, and this is for cabinets for our workers to keep their shoes. Before we go to the 5th floor, we need to wear the hat, the electric static clothes and the shoes. And also we need to put our hands on this machine to eliminate the electricity. Now we go to the air shower now. It will after air shower, you will see our whole SMT lines. In here, we have fixed 11 SMT lines, but we can adjust our SMT lines to 12 or 14 lines in here. You see our SMT lines. Later, I will introduce one line for you to understand or know our equipment one by one, and we will go to the P2 production. Because our other line is same as this line. All our SMT machine are the Japanese Fuji NST3 version. It's the most advanced SMT machine in the world. Okay, later I will introduce this line for you. Okay. Okay, now I will introduce the P2 line for you. First, you will see this machine. This is our laser engraving machine. In our warehouse, I have told you how our math system to track the production in this workshop is by this. Before we assemble the board, we will laser the QR code on the PCB. The QR code, which means the unique code for the board. Our customer will provide the QR code information to our company. Then we will engraving the laser code on the board. After laser engraving, we will go to the printing. This is our 3D automatic printer. You see here, automatic print. After printing, we will go to the SPI. This is a very important step for SMT. After printing this machine, SPI solder paste inspection machine to check the solder paste thickness, widthness, and the quality. After SPI check the solder paste, then go to the SMT. Okay, in here, please look at this. Look at this. There are also the QR code on the board. How we use our mass tracking to track mass system to track the production. Our worker will use the PDA to scan. You see, to scan the unique code for scan the unique code and then scan the QR code. Then the unique code and the QR code match together. Then our customer and our QC people can track the board by the unique code. This machine you see here, this is a Fuji NST3 version. So our people use the mass tracking to avoid our worker to make mistake. Like if our worker put the components in wrong place, the machine will alarm. Then our IP QC people will come here to check the components. So this is a mass system for quality inspection in SMT process. Okay, after SMT, we will go to the reflow. Please look at the reflow. So you will find each line we have the SPI, the SMT machine. Okay. This is our reflow. After reflow, we will go to our AOI process. This is our online AOI machine. It will inspect components like this here. Okay, after our AOI inspection, we will move the boards to our third floor for wave soldering. In fact, for SMT, we also have another 2 steps, like the accuracy test and the first sample test. Now I will go to the X-ray error. For some boards, if there are PCBA components, our accuracy people will take some boards to use our machine to check the PCBA. But X-ray test is random test. It will not test all of the boards, just take some of the boards. We will do the X-ray test. This way, please. This is our IPCOC working area. Now, this is our X-ray test. Now our people are doing the X-ray test now. You can see it. And this board here, this machine. The X-ray test is random test, okay? After AOI X-ray test, and then we will, for some boards, we will use this machine to cut the board. Here. Okay, now our engineer programming the machine. Next, I will take you to our first sample machine. Let's go. And also you can take a look for whole the workshop. There's some equipment, and this machine. Okay. This is our first sample inspection area. Our IPCOC people use this machine to check the first sample to make sure we assemble each component on the correct place and each components are correct. After our IPCOC confirmed the first sample, then our SMT machine can go the rest board assembly. And now I have finished whole SMT process introduction in this workshop. And next, we will go to our third floor to introduce our DIP process. Let's go. Now I am at the third floor. This floor is our DIP workshop. We will finish the whole components assembly, function test, then the case assembly, and the QA and packing process in this workshop. And here, this is our wave soldering line. Before the wave soldering, you will see the 2 SMT machines here. We use this machine to finish you see here, the label assembly. And also our SMT machine can put some components packed by rail, like this. We can use these 2 SMT machines to help our workers to finish the components placed. And but some components cannot use SMT machine to put the components. We need our worker to put the components on the board. Okay, this is our wave soldering machine. After wave soldering, we have COC here to check the soldering, and also we have 2 soldering line by hand to two lines here. That means our worker will solder some components which cannot go through the wave soldering. After wave soldering, our QC will check the board. After check the board, we will clean the board by this machine and by hand. After our clean the board, then we will go to the function test. You will see there are many test jacks in this room here. We have 4 function tests now here. So you will see many test jacks on the board. And also we have the case assembly. Sometimes we will help our customer to do the case assembly like this, case assembly. So in our company, we can provide one-stop service for customer. Customer can place an order to us. We can provide the finished product to them. After the case assembly, our QA, we will send the board to our QA area. We will check the board, every piece by our QA people before packing here. After our QA checks the board, then we will go to the packing step. Our packing step at the right corner of this workshop. Let's go here. And at the right corner of this workshop, we also keep some other equipment like this. This is a shielding box, which we use this machine to do some test. Need to shield the signal. And go ahead. This area is our repairing area. And this area, we put some boards are waiting for packing. Here is our packing. You see, also in this workshop, you will see some testing like this, automatic board tester. This is ICT test machine for some power supply board. And this machine is a punting machine. We do some punting for some orders. And this machine here, you see, this machine is for conformal coating machine. Sometimes our customer need us to do some conformal coating, so we use this machine to do it. And today in our workshop, we have no order for conformal coating or for punting. We have only order for wave soldering and the function test and the packing. And until now, I have finished whole process introduction of our company. And if you want to know more, I will send you some PDF introduction, then you will know more details about our factory. And also we welcome you to visit our company by yourself. Okay, bye-bye, finish, bye-bye.